Okay, well, it's been a week since I talked to you guys here at Old Time Garage, and we're back. And it's Friday and I'm tired, so I apologize if whatever I say is all fucked up. But anyway, here we go. So where we left off was the Chevelle was on the hoist and I was ranting about it. After I ranted about it and bitched about it, I pushed it outside because I had other stuff to put up there. And now the Chevelle's back in here for Monday morning. All our panels came in. We got our new outer quarters, our rocker panels, our inner wheel tubs, we got our trunk floor, we got everything in. So we're going to start cutting the ass end of this car up and do some more blasting in the back when we get all the panels cut off like I explained to you in the video, the last one. If you don't remember, just look it over again. I'm not going to re-explain it, I'm tired. Anyway, here we go. So the little 64 Ford, it doesn't look like a lot to you guys who are watching my videos. It doesn't look like a lot's happened, but we saw it last time it had this primer on it. Anyway, we went through the whole thing. It's all blocked, it's all sanded, it's finished off. We've finished the whole thing right now in 180. And now we're going to mask it all off. And when we've popped our front and back windows out, like I was telling you we were going to do. And now we're going to mask it all off and we're going to give it its final coat of Urafil primer. And that's the last primer I use. And then we will block it with 320 and then hit it with 400. And then we'll probably just quickly run over it with a soft pad with 500. So the doors and the hood and the toolbox back there on the ground, that actually slides in the box on the other side. I just finished Urafilling these right now. So they're done, they're finished. Oh, and the tailgate. It's done, finished, ready to go. Now it just, like I say, now this gets the blocking. So, probably come Tuesday, because Monday I plan on working on this a little bit. I like to take breaks in between some of the projects. So Monday I'm going to be back on the Chevelle. Tuesday, we'll be back on the Ford and we'll get it all masked off, we'll get it primered, and then Wednesday we will block out all the jams and all under the hood, all the areas like this, and we will paint all those areas. And then we will assemble the truck back together. Of course we're going to paint the doors on the inside while they're off. You paint them while they're off. Easier to get to, you do a much better job. So then we'll get all that painted up and bolt it all back together, and then we will final block the outside like I just explained to you, and then off we go. We're going to have her painted and bring her back home and get all the stainless and chrome back on it. Sorry if I sound like I'm kind of out there a little bit. Like I say, I'm just a little tired here today. I got a fucked up arm really bad, and it's been fucked up for a month, and I got to keep on working because unfortunately I don't have medical or comp or any of that kind of bullshit, so I got to keep going, so I got no choice. But anyway, let's go take a look at the Dodge. Let's see where we're at on that. Oh, and I made a mistake. The owner has corrected me. Rob has corrected me. If you're watching, Rob, there you go. The entire time I've been building this truck, for like a year and a half, I've been referring to it as a 41 Dodge. It's a 42. So I think the difference is something to do with the headlights, but other than that, not a huge deal. So for any of you Dodge fanatics, it's a 42 Dodge. So what we've done since you're here last, this is separate, two pieces obviously. We've assembled this and we've put all our stainless and chrome on. We've done it, I've actually done it while the front end was off because it was just easier than crawling underneath it and putting it all on then. So I've gotten all that on there, so the nose of it is back on, which is looking good. Come around to the back here. We've got our box on. I'm sorry about it being squished in the small bay here. It just is what it is. So we got our box on. We got our rear fenders on. They're all mounted up. We finished off a lot of the wiring inside the truck. We've got the steering column in there. The gauges are all in. There's very little left for wiring. Just a little bit. Just the steering column, the signal wires have to be in. So it's getting there. So this truck is very close to being done. The reason, now what I've done here is, as you can see, this truck is we've put a 318 here. It would have had a flathead 6 in this truck. We've got a nice little built-up 318, nothing major. I think it's like 250 horsepower. That's about it. Just a nice cruiser. It'll get up and go. I mean, it's a light truck to begin with. You don't need a lot of power in these old cars. They're so light that you put a motor, it's got 200 horse and up in it. It's going to smoke the tires all day long anyway. So, what I'm doing right now is I've put the one inner fender on that side. The inner fenders go on before the outside fender. So you can see the inner fender. And the reason I put it on right now is you can see I've had to hook up all our heater control valves and our heater hoses. I still got to hook this one up here that's wobbling around loose. But what my plan is, I'm going to finish off wiring the ignition switch and the steering column. And we're actually going to fire the truck up with the front fenders off it. I was going to bolt the whole, my whole plan was last time I talked to you guys, I was going to go on to the front end and bolt the front end onto it, but I decided to go on with the other stuff and leave the front end off, because if there is, it's a brand new motor, so there won't be anything, let's hope, fingers crossed, knock on wood, whatever else you want to do. There shouldn't be anything to go wrong here, but if there is any problems whatsoever, it really sucks to have to lean over, and you can see how far out this brace is. It really sucks to have to be standing here, basically, laying blankets here and leaning over, and not only that, this is a two-piece hood, it's like a Model A, it joins down the middle and flips up, so you do not get a lot of room in there. So the best thing for this situation is to fire the motor up in the truck with all the fenders off it like it is now, run it, tune it, you know, break the cam in, do all that kind of bullshit, check it over. You know, I'm a paranoid kind of guy, so I mean, I'll break the cam in, let it run for the day, I'll fire it up a few times throughout the day, and you know what? I still won't be satisfied. I will probably leave the front fenders off this thing for a good day or two after that, and I will come out here every day while I'm working on other stuff and probably fire it up 2 or 3 times throughout the day, just to make sure. Because we all know how it goes out there with us car builders. You know, with our luck, we'll put it all together, then something will decide it's going to let loose, or some screw will be loose and there'll be a drip somewhere, and we'll be like, shit, why didn't we just slow it down a bit? There's no panic to get the fenders on. We're still waiting for glass and everything else. The fenders are not a big deal. So, you know, I'm very cautious about what stuff I do. I don't just throw it together and say, hey, it started up, it ran, good, out the door, see you later. I don't like to do that. I like to run these vehicles. I like to drive them a bit, go down the road, up and down before I give them to the customers. I like to make sure it's all going to be okay. And then, of course, after a build, what I tell all customers, after 500 miles, dump the oil out of it. And after you get around 1,500 miles on it, you should bring it back to me, free check. Let's get her up on the hoist and let's go through everything, because it's new and things are going to loosen off, things are going to back off, there's going to be an odd squeak, there's going to be the odd rattle. All cars have it. Trust me, even the cars that are built on TV, they don't show that shit on TV, but they all got to go back for a check afterwards. They just do. It's only normal. When you go get new tires and wheels on your car, what do they tell you? They say after you put 100 miles on, retorque the wheels, don't they? Or it's no different than building a vehicle from the frame up. You got to bring her back, you got to retorque it. So we got that all done. We got a mess of wiring here. This is mainly our headlights and crap like that. And for you wiring guys out there, or anyone that's building a car that does wiring, I'm going to throw you a little trick out there. And this is just my little trick. It's just a little thing that I'm going to bring up, because every now and again I said that I would, I don't know, teach you guys a little thing or something if I can. Anyway, this is just out of a Speedo cable. This is just the thing that runs in the cable that runs through a Speedo, not the cable itself, but inside the housing of the Speedo, this is the cable. And look how flexible that sucker is. So when you're running wires, say you've got to run wires through your post here for your dome light, a lot of these cars are closed in, they got very few little holes you can barely get your fingers into. This is an awesome little trick to have. It runs down there, it's like a little snake, it's going to work its way down through there, you can turn it and twist it, it's going to work its way down through there to where your wires are. Now you put your wires around it, you tape it on very, very good with some electrical tape, and you slowly pull it up, and guess what? There's your wires. Awesome little trick. If you go to the wrecking yard and you see a Speedo thing on the ground, grab it, rip this piece out of it. If you're ever wiring a car, trust me, this will come in handy for you. So that's my little trick of the week or the month. I haven't told you guys any little tricks lately. Probably keeping them all to myself because, you know, I don't know. But, yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, I guess we'll be back to you next week. We'll let you hear this old girl fire up and see how it sounds. And we'll see where we're at then. We'll have some more information on the Chevelle. And that is it. So for all you people out there, thank you for watching the videos. Go enjoy your Friday night, because I'm still going to be out here in the shop more than likely. Wounded, injured, away we go at Old Time Garage. Remember, it's always a good time at Old Time. See you later.